Hey everyone, we're going to find the derivative of y with respect to theta. We have y equals hyperbolic secant of theta times the quantity of 1 minus ln of hyperbolic secant of theta. Alright, so we're going to have to use the product rule, and the way I'm going to do this is go ahead and differentiate my y with respect to theta, and I'm going to go ahead and differentiate this part first, then multiply it by that with the product rule. Usually you write this down first, but let's go ahead and differentiate that. So this is just going to be negative 1 divided by hyperbolic secant of theta. And then we're going to multiply this by the derivative of secant, hyperbolic secant, which is negative hyperbolic secant of theta times hyperbolic tan of theta. All right, so we have two negatives here, and it's going to be a little messy here. And then we multiply it by our first term, which is hyperbolic secant of theta. What happens is these two are going to cancel, and then we have two negatives that's going to make a positive. So we'll do that in a minute. Now, for the product rule, we have to add, and then we're going to just take the derivative of this, which is negative. So let's just go ahead and put minus now. So minus hyperbolic secant of theta times hyperbolic tan of theta. All right, and then you're just going to multiply it by this. 1 minus ln of hyperbolic secant of theta. All right. Now that we have that, and I hope you can read this, so this all goes away, this all goes away, and this is positive. So I do think I'm going to rewrite this. So this is going to be hyperbolic secant times hyperbolic theta. Let me put the h. Minus hyperbolic secant times hyperbolic tan times this quantity. Yeah, I should have saved room. Anyway, it's going to be times this 1 minus ln of hyperbolic secant of theta. All right, now the next step I'm going to do is I'm just going to factor out this, because this is this term is in both of these. So I'm going to factor that out. And this is going to be hyperbolic secant theta tan, hyperbolic tan of theta times 1 minus 1 minus ln of hyperbolic secant of theta. That was just using your highest common factor. Now what happens here, this is going to equal 1 when you do this part here. This will be 1 minus 1 is 0. And 1 negative times a negative is positive. So this is just going to zero out, and this is going to turn to positive. So your final answer is going to be hyperbolic secant of theta times tan of theta, hyperbolic tan of theta, times ln of hyperbolic secant of theta. And let me just write this a little better here. There you go. And this is your final answer. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.